Nej, helt okej. Gör mig en tjänst. Rory. Nej. Gör inte så. Va? Det är bara inte spark på det här. Det kan vara med och nästan känna den är väldigt ostadig. Jag lyckas inte använda det. Va? Jag är så big.
Ladies and gentlemen, in a few moments' time, 3 or 4 minutes, we will start with the press conference. So if you'd like to slowly gravitate towards the seats and take your place, that'd be much appreciated. Thank you.
Up and running. Thanks.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the closing press conference of the Women's EHF Euro 2016 here in Gothenburg, Sweden. I'd like to welcome all of you here today, and it's a great pleasure to see a full house here in Gothenburg. Special welcome to our guests from the International Handball Federation, Dr. Hassan Mustafa and František Taborski, who will be helping us later with the draw. And it's a particular pleasure to welcome the now honorary EHF president, Jean Briot, who's with us here for this weekend. Welcome. I'd like to introduce two of our press conference guests here on the stage with me. The new EHF president, Michael Widerer, Predrag Boskovic, the vice president of the EHF, Fredrik Rapp, president of the Swedish Handball Federation, and Frank Strom, the CEO of the EHF Euro 2016 organizing committee. A quick overview of today's event for you. We start with the press conference, a summing up of the Women's EHF Euro. Then we will move to the presentations from the organizers, of the next 3 major international handball events that we will have here in Europe. Croatia, organizer of the Men's EHF Euro 2018. France, the Women's EHF Euro. And then Germany, who will organize the Women's World Championship in 2017. Then, and I guess the reason why a lot of you are here, we will move to the draw itself for the playoffs for the World Championship in 2017. At the end, for those media representatives, media colleagues here, all of the representatives here from the EHF and the Swedish Handball Federation will be available for one-to-one interviews. So you'll have your opportunity to ask questions then. So we're here in Sweden, so perhaps we should remind ourselves why we're here in Gothenburg, in Scandinavium, for the final weekend of the EHF Euro. So now I pass the floor to Michael Wiedera, EHF President.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, 2016 was and is a tremendous year for handball. Starting in Poland at the beginning of the year, we had an excellent Euro, top-level TV figures, spectators figures. I think it's also worth to mention the Olympic Games with a full coverage of the halls, spectator-wise, and also good media figures. And now at the end of the year, we still see a Euro, a women's Euro, with exciting matches, with good TV figures. And I think this is what we can do in the even years for handball. I would like to thank the Swedish Federation for their efforts to organize a top-level championship, and in particular the president, Frederick Rapp, also a more or less new president, new colleague, and Frank Ström for many years being involved in the organization of top events here in Sweden. I mean, Sweden was in 2002 the organizer of the men's Euro, and this was a milestone on the level of men's competitions. We had a very good women's championship in 2006. Now we are having this women's Euro once again, and we are already looking forward to the 2020 men's Euro, the first Euro with 24 teams to be played in Sweden mainly, but also in Norway and Austria. I think there is a positive picture overall. The European Championships are the flagship event of the EHF, And standing on 4 legs, as I already said today in an interview, means that we need to have various top-level competitions. And we can see that on the field of men's Euros and women's Euros, as well on the field of club competitions with the Champions Leagues, both men and women, and the Final Fours in Cologne and in Budapest. 65 broadcasters and 135 markets are covered with this championship. And as you are probably aware, the TV figures are very good here in Sweden, but as well in Denmark. And for example, in Norway, partly covering almost 50, or have a market share, which is tremendous, with 48% in the match against Denmark. So there can be many figures, and the specialists after the championship will provide all the information to you. I also would like to thank the partners of the EHF. As you are aware of, we have 2 new partners starting from summer of this year. We select, and the balls we are using in this championship, as well as in other EHF competitions. And I think it's a high-level quality what we can provide to the game and to the players on the court. Also Salming, as a Swedish company, being the new equipment partner for all our technical staff, was the first time present in this major event. And it has to be underlined that Info Sports and Media is a long-term partner of the European Federation, starting right from the first European Championship in 1994 and working hard to develop the market on the media sector, but also regarding advertising. For sure, I will be at your disposal for any questions you may have, but my colleague JJ will go forward in our agenda.
Thank you, Michael. We're, of course, guests here in Sweden, so we should hear from our hosts. And I pass the floor to Fredrik Rapp, President of the Swedish Federation.
Thank you, AJ. On behalf of the Swedish Federation, I would first like to start to thank the EHF for awarding us the arrangement, of course, and I'm very proud and happy that we have produced such a great event. A couple of years we were in Denmark and Chambreau, the former president, and Michael drew up a plan how we would get a new attractive handball, and I would say that this Euro has shown that there has been a really fast, attractive handball that is good both for live sports and also for TV, and it's been a really big improvement, you could say, but also it has changed from 2006 when we have the arrangement. It almost doubled the ticket sales. We have a lot of TV viewers and so on, so the sport has taken a big step forward. And then, of course, that was the plan you drew up a couple of years ago, so thank you for that, both the new and old president. I also would like to thank all the volunteers, the teams and the media for making this event great. It's very hard for us as an organizer if you're not with us and helps us. Of course, we hoped that the Swedish team would have played this final weekend, but the hall is still sold out, so it will be a great place to be tomorrow with a great atmosphere. Mostly thanks to the Norwegian teams who have already a year ago bought most of the tickets in the arena, so they were very confident to be in the final. As an organizer, you're of course very happy for that because it's good for the cash flow. We have cooperated very well with the EHF team on place and the local staff, with Monica and her people here and Ole as leader. And we are now looking forward to the next Euro 2020 in Sweden. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And now back to the EHF, and I pass the floor to the Vice President, Predrag Boskovic.
Thank you very much. Dear handball friends, dear media representatives, it's not so easy to speak after 2 presidents, but let me at the beginning to share a few appreciations, especially to the organizing committee of EHF Euro 2016 for these wonderful past 2 weeks. also all volunteers and staff who helped us a lot in 5 host cities, Stockholm, Kristianstad, Malmö, Helsingborg and Gothenburg, but also to all the professionals from European Handball Federation, and they did a great job, and without them this wouldn't be possible, so special thanks for them. We, as European Handball Federations, are really satisfied with this Euro 2016 because we have witnessed very exciting EHF Euro, even if the most important games are ahead of us. Euro with plenty of drama, thanks to all the teams, players and officials. But also in tournament management, we had a lot of things to do. But I must say and share opinion of all of us in European Handball Federation that we are very satisfied with the work of the delegates and referees. They did a great job. And what is also really important, for the first time in the history of European Handball Federation, we provided a new challenge for officials with the introduction of the new technology, including goal line technology, as well as instant replay for the first time. And what is also even more important, that we are very pleased how it helped us in the current situations. And nevertheless, but also the response of the all stakeholders were more than positive for the introduction of these new technologies. And finally, even though that Women's EHF Euro 2016 is not yet complete, we are already thinking about the future. And we are very pleased to welcome representatives of both the men's and women's EHF Euro 2018 in Croatia, from Croatia and from France. Welcome. But also the first next major women's event, like 2017 World Championship in Germany. And I really would like to use this opportunity to welcome also our friends from Germany Handball Federation. And we are really looking forward to their presentation. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So now I pass the floor to a man who's probably had the most sleepless nights out of all of us over the last 2 weeks, Frank Stroom, the CEO of the organizing committee.
Thank you very much. As already said, last time we arranged Women's Euro was in 2006, and at that time we sold 48,000 tickets. This time we built up an arena structure where we could reach maximum 110,000 tickets during the 20 event days. Our goal was to fill these arenas up to 80% in average, which have meant 88,000 tickets. Today we know that we will only reach 80,000 tickets, which is close to 75% of the total capacity. I can see 3 minor reasons why we don't reach our goal fully up. Firstly, we did expect some more Danish fans in Malmö and Helsingborg. Secondly, even though we are pretty satisfied with our own team, some more points in Stockholm would have increased the number of spectators in the main round here in Gothenburg. And thirdly, the more than expected reduced capacity of the final arena. Finally, also from my side, a great thank you to the European Federation for the teamwork during this championship.
Thank you, Frank. Now to me, in my role as Head of Media and Communications, we had a large media team here on site, and I'd like to thank and congratulate them for their really hard work over the last 2 weeks, especially Thomas Schöneich, who's led the team and hasn't slept very much, I guess, for the last 2 weeks. We had 25 people working in the team, the biggest we've had yet. Video editors also working for us from Infront in Italy, in Milan. And I think we will see the figures after the championship, but so far the hard work has paid off. We've seen a 73% increase in the number of users on our website. Almost 500,000 people, unique people, have been onto the website. We've also seen a 60% increase in the number of visits, and we expect to pass the number of visits of 1 million by the end of the tournament. On YouTube, we've had 600,000 videos watched, and that's a total time of 1 year and 50 days if you were to watch all of the videos that people have watched over the last 2 or 3 weeks. I'd also like to thank the media. We have probably more than 600 media representatives, host broadcaster, written press, internet journalists, photographers here in Sweden, and I think the cooperation has been excellent. I know especially in Denmark and Norway, the media interest has been absolutely massive, where women's handball is very strong. And also to finish maybe with an apology, I don't know how it happened, but the EHF is now the media European champion, having beaten France in the media tournament this morning. Apologies to France and to the Netherlands, but hopefully you will beat us next year. Let's see. So thank you very much, and I'd like to thank our guests on the stage. If you could take a step down, and we will move on to the rest of the press conference. So now I'd like to welcome my colleagues from the Croatian Handball Federation, Cvetko Šitek, Assistant Director of Marketing, and Jelena Bagaric, the Media Assistant from the Federation, who will now present the Croatian 2018 Men's EHF Euro and their concept.
Thanks. Thank you, JJ. So, first of all, I would like to say good day to everybody. We had such a nice time here in Sweden, my colleagues and I, so we hope we will host the same at the same level in Croatia. This is a presentation of a Men's EHF Euro 2018, which will be held in Croatia from 12th to 28th of January in 2018. And we would like to thank the EHF for giving us the opportunity to present once again this Euro and to give you some more new informations about the Euro 2018, which will be held in Croatia. We fought very hard for this championship, and we won it after the 3 tenders we made with the EHF. 2 times we lost to Poland and Denmark. To Denmark in 2014 and to Poland for 2016. So third time is the charm, I think. And this is for the introduction of the Euro and the days it will get by in 2018. It's 393 days until the first match of the Euro 2018. And we cannot wait for it to start. We have almost prepared everything, not only facilities for the playing, but the people who will be in charge for this Euro on the spot and in the federation. And the informations you will get now from Jelena is that some technical informations about the venues and the host cities of this Euro.
Thank you, Tvrtko. Warm welcome to all of you from my side as well. I will speak about some technical things. So EHF Euro 2018 will be hosted in 4 different cities in Croatia, which will cover all parts of Croatia. So Zagreb as a capital, Split in the south of Croatia, Poreč in the west, and Varaždin in the north of Croatia. Varaždin is also significant because it's home to first ever handball match played in Croatia in 1930. All of these cities have proven themselves in last years, especially during the Men's World Championship in 2009 and Women's EHF Euro 2014, which was co-hosted with Hungary. And they all have great connections with airports and highways, so they're very easily accessible. Arena-wise, we have 4 arenas. The biggest one is already well-known Zagreb Arena with capacity of 15,200 seats. Second biggest belongs to Split. It's called Spaladium Arena with 11,000 seats. Arena Varaždin and Žatika in Poreč can host up to 5,000 spectators. Preliminary round matches will be played in all 4 cities, whereas main round matches will be hosted in Zagreb and Varaždin, and the big final and final weekend will be played in Zagreb. Promotional activities-wise, at the moment when we were awarded this as a host of EHF Euro 2018, we started very early with the promotional activities. After we've chosen official logo and a mascot, promo activities spread around the world, covering all handball-related activities, and we certainly have a lot of them. We are especially proud of our street handball tournaments that gather more than 100 kids per each tournament. They are played on the outside, mostly in the main squares of the cities where tournaments go. As EHF Euro is approaching, our activities are intensifying, and there will be many more to come in 2017, since we were also awarded as the hosts of Euro Beach Handball Championship in 2017. Our mascot is very significant, and it's a Croatian dog called Tornjak, mountain sheep dog. Tornjak represents the spirit of handball, competition, and Croatia as a country. They are very powerful dogs with agile movements, which represents a modern athlete, in general, handball player. Fans had the chance to submit their proposals for the name of Tornjak, which will be revealed by the end of this year, to be precise on 28th of December, when Croatian Handball Federation will host its annual Night of Handball, where we award best players, best coaches, and the best referees for the year. And Tvrtko?
Thanks, Jelena. So, the new information about this Euro is about ticket sales, which will start 14 days from now, 1st of January. And as the guys from Swedish Federation said, it's about the cash flow. It's important to fill up the halls, to send a good message to the world that this is sport which people would like to watch. So we'll start a little bit early, but we'll start it worldwide. And in Croatia, you can buy tickets online from the 1st of January, and we will do it according to the EHF standards and to security standards which are now known in the world. So every ticket will have a name of the person who bought it, so nobody can enter the hall without with the ticket of another person. I think this is important nowadays with all the security in the world, and it can be easily done and manageable with the company which we have a good cooperation with for many years. The other thing we want to talk to you about is this, that you can easily find all the informations about the prices, about the ticket sales on the official website of the ehfeuro.com. So please, from the 1st of January, see the official website and buy some tickets, because everybody will have a good time in Croatia in 2018. Thank you. Dobrodošli. It means welcome in Croatian, so we wait for you, and hopefully we'll see you all in Croatia in 1 year and several days. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. And now we turn to the Women's EHF Euro, and we have two famous faces from the French handball to join us. Sylvie Lagarrigue, President of the Organizing Committee of the Women's EHF Euro 2018, and Valerie Nicolas, who's board member of the EHF Euro 2018 Organizing Committee.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. It's with a great pleasure that we are going to present you today the 2018 Women's EHF Euro. We are committed to be worthy of the Euro 2018 here in Sweden. Let's begin with some key figures. France will be organized in 5 sites. With 5 remarkable arenas, it represents 170,000 tickets available. This event will be a major and historical moment. France has already organized 2 World Championships. We will organize the next one in January, but it will be the first time that France hosts a European Handball Championship. This event is a part of a dynamic for the French Handball Federation. We are proud to observe, for both women and men, a significant increase in the number of players since 2008. Fantastic result of our clubs and national junior and youth teams, an increase of player popularity and media impact, and a growing interest of the public. This competition will have a greater interest because, that I remind you, The Euro 2018 edition will give a direct qualification for Tokyo 2020. We are deeply confident of the popular success of this event. We have three main goals with this event. First, the excellence of organization. We will pay close attention to offer the best possible experience for all, players, EHF's family, media, sponsors, volunteers, and spectators. We want a perfect setup for a great tournament. Secondly, the celebration. We want to build a fun and exciting celebration, a festival of women players. As we know how important this is for players, the fan engagement is very important for the players and for the success of the event. The third goal, we want this competition to leave a strong legacy for all, for youth, women handball players, and for women in sport in general. We want to use this event to develop women handball practice, women referees and coaches, to strengthen women's responsibility in handball governance, to enhance media exposure of women handball, and also to support and promote women professional handball. To create an exciting celebration, we have decided to rely on a dynamic and fun communication. Let's begin with our logo.
It was created to attract a large audience behind the traditional borders of handball and be used in a range of spin-off and trendy products. It's aimed at making the 2018 France Women's EHF European Handball Championships a popular, young and festive and unifying event. We wanted a young, modern and trendy logo reflecting dynamism. Its graphic design, typography, and colors perfectly illustrated the sporting event, the enthusiasm and the popular celebration, and the link between all generations. The logo will be one of the main assets of the Euro 2018.
Then our key visual.
We wanted to use the team popularity. We want our players to be inspiring models for our little girls, so we wanted them on our key visual. We also wanted to state loud and clear, it will be a fantastic party, an handballism party. Handballism, it's the claim of this poster. It's not possible to traduce it in English, but we think it can be left as it for all versions. This word represents the glorification of the handball world, including with a touch of feminism. We decided to present three French women's players: Alexandra Lacrabert, a confirmed talent; Laura Glauser, a growing star and handball talent; Nyoncia Nyombla, the French team future. Now let's focus on the competition. The preliminary round will take place in 4 cities: Brest, Montbéliard, Nancy, and Nantes. Nancy and Nantes then will host the main round. The final weekend will be in Paris. The French team will play in Nancy, then the group of friends will go to Nantes, if qualified, of course. Our national team is a strong asset with a fantastic reputation. The idea is that the French national team will be seen in different places in order to have a positive effect on ticketing and indeed on the success of the event. All of the venues are already built with strong handball experience. All host territories have strong women's professional clubs in the regions. All host territories are committed to fully support our events. Let me introduce them in detail. First, Brest. Brest is a lovely port city of west of France. The professional local handball team has an incredible handball fan base. The second one is Montbéliard, an historic city in a beautiful green valley. In December, you will enjoy its Christmas market, the first one in France. The hall is very recent and a welcoming arena. Our third seat is Nancy, with its majestic Place Stanislas. Nancy will host the opening game with the French team. We are sure that the Palais des Sports and its unique atmosphere will be the perfect place to open a great event. Then, Nantes, one of the most dynamic metropoles in France. Nantes makes the choice to host the Women's Euro in exactly the same condition that the Men's Championship. So the games will take place in the famous Hall XXL. And finally, we will end with Paris. No need to present you Paris, city of light, city of sport. The final weekend will take place in the biggest arena in France, the brand new Accor Hotel Arena, a perfect way to end our events.
To finish this short presentation, I would like to tell you that EHF Euro France 2018 will be a fantastic opportunity to live and to share the success of all, with all. Our show is perfectly aligned with our objectives: quality, celebration, and legacy. Objectives that we fully share with EHF. We wish and hope that this event will be one of the biggest women handball celebrations, a great moment of emotion and a present to the all handball followers. Thank you for your attention and see you in 2 years.
Thank you very much. And now we turn to the German Handball Federation. I'd like to welcome Mr. Bernd Dugel, President of the World Championship Organizing Committee, for his presentation on the next major event in women's handball.
Hello to all of you and good afternoon. As you all know and are familiar with the phrase, after the game is before the game, I want to lay the focus of the next big event in women's handball, which will be the World Championship in Germany in December 2017. I want to start with some key facts which perhaps are of interest. If it would work, I would be happy. Now here it is. The dates are beginning with 1st and ending at 17th of December. And because the World Championship has a different competition system compared to the Euro, we have in total 24 teams which will participate, and 84 matches will occur on the basis of these participations. As you can see in the overview, in the meantime, already 8 teams have been qualified from Africa and Europe for different reasons. The decision concerning the European situation was done only a few days ago, and therefore it's a rather actual overview. The rest will come to us on the basis of further qualification matches in different continents, and at the end we will have the draw, 27th of June in Hamburg, where we can produce then the final composition of the tournament, which will occur in December next year. It's a little bit tricky here with the system. I'm sorry for this.
My colleagues at the back.
Now here you have an overview about the playing schedule. We tried to make it possible that we have a rather constant flow of matches during the whole tournament. On the other hand, it's necessary to have some rest days because it's not allowed to play more than 2 matches in a row for each team. Therefore, we did it in a way that we decided, if possible, we will play the preliminary round in different ways. In 2 groups, we have matches on the first, the second day, then the 4th and 5th day. And in other cases, we will play, as you can see, Saturday, Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. Therefore, except Monday in the preliminary round, we can deliver you a rather constant flow of matches each day. On the other hand, we are really convinced that having 3 matches per day in one location in a row is only something for real hardcore fans. Therefore, we decided that we will have a midday match, and then we will have a break, and then after that 2 evening session matches, because then it's easier for people to follow. In the midday matches, perhaps we can attract school classes, for example, as additional spectators, and therefore we think this break or interruption will be helpful to bring more spectators to the arenas. Also, the 8 and quarterfinals are played in a way that we will play the 8 finals on 2 days and the quarterfinals also on 2 days. That means 4 8 finals on Sunday. The winners of the 8 finals will play their quarterfinals on Tuesday, and 4 8 finals on Monday, and the winners will play their quarterfinals on Wednesday. And then the winners will go to the final round, and the final round only is the half finals, and then the match for place 3 and the match for the world champion. Because it's not necessary to play position 5 to 8, because by the rules of the EHF, it's only necessary to do that in a year in advance of the Olympic Games. We also laid the focus of our activities not only on the aspects of teams and players, but also on the wishes and the expectations of spectators and fans. Therefore, we decided that it should be possible to plan early in advance where the teams will go from one location to the next one. That resulted in the decision that the teams which will play their preliminary round in Trier and Bietigheim, and I will explain the locations a little bit more detailed afterwards, will go to Leipzig, and the teams from Leipzig and Oldenburg will go with their 8 finals to Magdeburg. That means that fans, spectators, we expect that their team, wherever it plays, will come to an 8 final match, can plan, okay, then this 8 final will happen in city A or in city B, and they know this 6 months in advance. This is easier for traveling. And the movement between the 8 and quarterfinals is only done between the 2 cities of Leipzig and Magdeburg. They are rather close together. That means spectators can stay in one location and can move to the other by train, for example. It's a 1-hour train ride, and therefore it's not so difficult. And I think we have also done then something for those which are also of very, very much importance for our sports, because without numerous spectators, it's also an activity which will not really help each of us. Now, I want to give you a short overview over the different locations. We will play one preliminary round in Trier. Trier is a city of about 100,000 inhabitants near the French border, and therefore we have decided that the French team should be seeded for this preliminary round, because we expect that also some of French people then have the possibility to follow the matches of their own team. The arena capacity in Trier is 4,100 spectators, and you can see a picture from outside and from inside this arena. The next one is Bietigheim-Bissingen, which is a city close to Stuttgart in Germany, and the arena capacity is 4,500, and here Norway is the seeded team. The third place is Oldenburg with an arena capacity of 5,500. Here we have seeded Denmark, and we will play the preliminary round Group D. And the last location is Leipzig, and in Leipzig the arena capacity is 6,500 spectators, and here we will play preliminary round and also 8 and quarterfinals and the President's Cup. Half of the President's Cup exactly mentioned. What I want to tell you is that the selection of these places was done on the basis that these are cities where women's handball in Germany is rather strong on one side, and on the other side, also in December, the arenas are available, because we should not forget that although the men's Bundesliga has a full playing schedule in December, and therefore we cannot go to every location which perhaps we want to go to. And also we have a lot of Christmas markets in Germany in December, which is also a specialty which gives us some problems to go into some cities. But on the basis of the strength of women's handball, I think we have made the right selection. Tja. Now, the second place for the 8 and quarterfinals and also the second half of the President's Cup will be the city of Magdeburg with the Gietig Arena and a capacity of 7,100 spectators. Here we also will have the 8 and quarterfinals and the 4 matches of the President's Cup, which are necessary to be played. Then finally, the main round, the final round we will have in Hamburg in the Barclaycard Arena. This has a capacity of 13,000 spectators, and we think this is the right location for the final round and for the final matches for the World Championship. To give you some additional information, ticketing has already started at the end of October this year, and I can tell you that until now we have sold more than 10,000 tickets, also on the basis that in the moment the most teams are not known which are qualified, and also it is not known for the most teams where they will play. Nevertheless, more than 10,000 tickets are sold in the meantime, and we hope that we can come to a rather good result concerning the interest in the number of spectators. We also have decided that women's handball is not a sport where people want to invest too much money. We cannot compete with soccer or football, for example, or other events in Germany. Therefore, we had decided to offer tickets also for rather low prices. You can see here we start with €7.50 and we end up with €87 for the final round, and also we have some discounts for groups, for handicapped people, and all these others. Therefore, we hope that it is a modest approach concerning entrance fees, and that this will also help to attract more people to visit the matches and to follow the games. If you want to receive some media information, I want to mention registration for media is possible in September and October next year. Here you can see the URL, which is necessary, and with media accreditation and registration, it's also possible to book the hotels during the same registration process. If you are interested to have some materials concerning the corporate identity, I have given you the email address where you can get these materials and can use it for further approach in your own environment. Therefore, I think this was an overview, what should be done, how it is organized, and what you can expect concerning the organizational infrastructure of this tournament. And I hope that we will come together all in December 17, having our claim Simply Wunderbar, which is a match from an English and a German word, and therefore I would be happy if I can give a welcome to all of you in December 2017 in Germany. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So now we come to the draw event itself, but not quite yet. We need a couple of moments pause while we clean up and bring on the balls and the draw equipment. So if you could just bear with us for 1 minute, 2 minutes, and then we will be back with you to start the draw. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, if I could ask you to make your way back to the seats, we'll start in a few moments' time with the draw for the World Championship. Ladies and gentlemen, if you could make your way back, in a few seconds' time we will start. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Gothenburg, and welcome to the part of the event that I know a lot of you have been waiting for, the draw for the Women's EHF World Championship 2017 Playoffs Europe. Now I'd like to welcome to the stage to conduct the draw the EHF President, Michael Wiederer, František Taborski, EHF Executive Member, and also Markus Glaser, EHF Chief Sports Officer, who will be conducting the draw, as well as my colleague Peter Sickelschmidt, EHF Senior Manager for National Team Events, who will be running you through the rest of the draw event.
Thank you very much. Hello everybody, dear distinguished guests, dear handball friends, ladies and gentlemen. After this really nice and amazing presentations of our next big events, we are now coming to the draw. It's a pleasure for us to welcome you here for the 23rd Women's World Championship 2017 in Germany, qualification phase 2 draw event. It's exactly 348 days before the first throw-off in Leipzig, the opening match. We are ready to start with the technical part of the draw. For this purpose, we would like to give you very short some introduction to the draw procedure. In 2017, Europe has in total 14 places available, Norway and Germany included. Already 3 teams from here are directly qualified, Denmark, France and Netherlands, please in alphabetical order. As best ranked teams here from Sweden, apart from Norway and Germany, as said, are already qualified for the final tournament. In the playoff matches, 9 places are at stake, for which 18 teams normally will be competing. 11 teams of all participants of the Euro 2016 here in Sweden are already qualified for the qualification phase 2. These are Czech Republic, Spain, Hungary, Montenegro, Romania, Russia, Slovenia, Serbia and Sweden, which the teams which will also be in pot 1. And at the same time as the teams ranked 15 and 16 here in Sweden, Poland and Croatia, together with the 7 participants coming from the qualification phase 1, which was already played end of November, and 4th of December we had the last matches, and the 4 winners, as well as the 3 second-ranked teams of Group A, 1, 2, and 3 are Austria, Belarus, Italy, Macedonia, Slovakia, Turkey, and Ukraine. That's it from my side. So let's start with the draw. 1 team of pot 1 is drawn against 1 team of pot 2, and for sure the team which is drawn first has home right in the first leg.
first team, Montenegro.
Montenegro is home right in the first match, in the first playoff match.
They will meet Belarus.
This completes the first match. Montenegro against Belarus.
In die Mitte. Italy. They will face Serbia.
Second match, Italy, Serbia.
Russia. They will play Poland. Hungary. Hungary will play versus the neighbors, Slovakia. Romania. They will play the first game at home versus Austria. The Ukraine. And the opponent of the Ukraine is Spain. We have Croatia. They will play the first game at home. And they will meet Slovenia. the Czech Republic. They will face Turkey. And in the last pairing, the home right in the first game goes to EHF Macedonia. And to remind us where we are, Sweden.
This completes the draw, and before we can summarize, I want to say thank you, Mr. Wieder, thank you, Mr. Taborski, thank you, Mr. Glaser.
Okay.
After these amazing presentations and this really exciting draw with the very exciting and expecting matches, we have Montenegro, Belarus, Italy, Serbia, Russia, Poland, Hungary versus Slovakia, Romania against Austria, Ukraine against Spain, Croatia against Slovenia, Czech Republic against Turkey, and the last match, EHF Macedonia against Sweden. Now I give back the floor to JJ.
Thank you, Peter. I'd like to thank all of our guests who we've had here today making presentations for the press conference and for the draw. Thank you for your time and your contribution. I'd like to say goodbye to those watching at home on the official website, ehfeuro.com. Don't forget, come back tomorrow. We have the bronze medal game and the game for gold here at the EHF Euro 2016. Thank you very much, and goodbye from Gothenburg.